y'all. Shalom, everybody. Well, we're a little late here. I messed up about an hour and it ended up being an hour and a half. Well, we're here now. And while I was, I'm actually visiting family in California and taking care of my mother who just had a surgery. And I'm not great with time, so move me from one time zone to another. And then I got to pay attention to all kinds of time zones across the United States and from Germany to Australia and beyond. So I messed up by a little bit over an hour probably. And while I was doing that, Terry and the other code searching students were here recording the first portion of what you're going to see. So we're going to actually turn this over to Terry now, and she's going to share you what they just live recorded for y'all. And then we'll be here at the other side of that, and we'll be able to join in with y'all in chat as well. So shalom, and here's Terry. Terry, can we get your sound, please? You can back it up at the beginning if you want and just give us some volume. Okay, I am not hearing anything on our sound now. And Teza, can you let us know, is there sound there? Because I'm not hearing any sound from Terry's video.
I can't hear any sound on Terry's video. She hasn't pressed play at this point in time.
Oh, now we hear you, Terry. Just back it up to the beginning, sister, and we're ready to go. There you go. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, just all the way back to the beginning.
Named Hideo Nishimura, who is an astronomer, obviously Japanese. Okay, hello, welcome to Hebrew Code Searchers, and I'm Terri Garrett, and we have our class here today for a presentation on the new comet Nishimura. I'm going to get to my presentation mode, and we will get started. Okay, I'm getting to presentation mode. And okay, can you all hear me, class?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Terry.
My classmate in our code searching class here, Teza from Australia, posted a video that she found, a wonderful video about 3 weeks ago on a new comet that's called Nishimura that was found, and she posted it on our blog, and it just really caught my attention, and it has caught the internet is on fire about this. So this is a presentation on this comet. This comet was discovered by a fellow named Hideo Nishimura, who is an astronomer, obviously Japanese astronomer, but here he is with his equipment. And he discovered this, our first observed comet Nishimura, in early August as he was taking images of the night sky. Since then, the celestial object has increased in brightness as it's traveled through the inner solar system in an orbit around the sun. It increased in brightness 100 times, like just boom, exploded, and that's when he found it.
Terry,
Yes.
do you need to share screen so we can see?
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, because I didn't realize that it's not letting me do that. Let me see, Jan, if it's gonna let me do that.
That's it.
Okay, now you can see my screen.
Yes.
And it's not letting me minimize this. This is a little bit difficult, guys. but we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. Absolutely, we're gonna do it. So you heard what I said. So here's this fella and his equipment, Nishimura. And these are some pictures. The tail on this is just spectacular. And this is one of the original photos that was taken. And this is very recent. It's gotten to be, I mean, it is visible to the naked eye. So Nishimura, asteroids are also called minor planets, and they also have a number. Stars do not have numbers, but asteroids have numbers. And Nishimura's number, which this is very important, this number is 6306. Nishimura has been parked in Gemini prior to this movement, almost like an explosion out of it, for 50,000 years in Gemini. So Nishimura, his first name is Hideo. So what does his name mean? His name means excellent man. His last name, Nishimura, means Western Village. So this comet is a mysterious green comet called Comet Nishimura. It could be visible to the naked eye in mid-September. It is visible to the naked eye. It met its perihelion on September the 17th, which coincided with Feast of Trumpets. And I just wanted to put this picture of the moon on September the 15th. This is when we had the complete occlusion, no new moon. So this was Feast of Trumpets. These are some pictures that have been taken recently. It's just spectacular. The tail on it. Some more. There was some speculation, is it going to survive the perihelion when it comes closest to the sun? Sometimes comets don't, they explode or break into pieces. This one did not. It went to the sun and it traveled right through Leo and right to Virgo, as I'm going to show you. Okay, as I ask you to remember 6306 Strong's, this is a Hebrew reference number. And Nishimura, you can see right here, that is the number that's been assigned to it. So let's go to 6306 in Hebrew. It means ransom, redemption. And then it says it comes from 6299, a primitive root to sever, ransom, generally to release, preserve, redeem, rescue. This is the same exact word as the Greek word harpazo. So you can see how when you look at this number with this name, excellent man, this name, it's just very intriguing. Okay, Comet Nishimura has been stationary. We talked about that for 50,000 years, parked in the Twins in Gemini. So it came this way. It entered in through Leo, went all the way through the body of Leo, and then it entered into Virgo. Here is Virgo. So we'll see that entered in on September 20th. It entered into the actual body. So we're talking today. And here it is. And then it exits on the 22nd and 23rd. So on the 22nd, here's the projection. Nishimura will be exiting Virgo. Okay, this is unbelievable. This is what Teza sent me, or sent the class. These are all the asteroids located in Virgo in September. We all remember the Revelation 12 sign of September of 2017. We remember that. Is this another type of a revelation sign. There's some things that are missing, but some things are not the same. But is this one? I just find this, I mean, look at this. Saul, here's one called child. These all have numbers. Every one of these you could look up, and it just is like mind-blowing what the Strong's number that is associated with it means. Here's even one, Yahushua. Spica, Spica is a big double star. We've talked about that recently. Wood, crucifixion. Mars is right out here. Didymus means doubt, doubting. Herodias, Caspar, one of the wise men. Hebe, this means Jewish. In her head, Jewish, it means Jewish. Francis, that's after the Pope Francis, but you can look at all of these in Stellarium and see exactly their positions. Here's Ukraine, here's America. I mean, this reads like the New York Times. The headlines of ISIS, even ISIS is in there. Laban, which means white. So, Revelation 12 sign, we're all very familiar with what that means. Okay, so on December, this is a picture of the Yeshua asteroid right here that was 9 months ago, 9 months past. It was on December the 18th, 2022. Hanukkah, the Feast of Lights, 9 months ago. This is still in Virgo, except it's outside of Virgo. It's like down here now. But 9 months ago, it had exited like the womb, so to speak, and on Hanukkah. This is the exact day and the exact location, and you can see the moon was right there on that day at Hanukkah. Stellarium is an amazing piece of equipment. Okay, this is something that was a revelation to me. It's so huge. Revelation 12:1, and there appeared a great sign in heaven, in the likeness of the things on the earth. Have you ever noticed that part of it before? I hadn't. In the likeness of the things on the earth? Are these in the likeness of the things on the earth? Are these are headlines? I have never noticed that B part right there. Okay, so let's just take a look. We've got Child, which absolutely is an asteroid named Child, in the womb, in the belly of Virgo. And this was early, this was like 920, I think, 920, or 920, like 921. And then this is 922. And you can see movement. There's movement down. This is today, this is right now. So that's where Child is right now. And that's out of the womb. Looks to me like it's out. Okay, just again, this is just so amazing. Okay, so let's just look at some other very interesting things. September 20. Let's see, September 2023. This is Spica. And Spica in Virgo, we know it's a double, it's so bright, it's so beautiful, and it's within the wheat that Virgo is holding in her hand is Spica. And Spica, if you made a straight line up from Spica, it would hit this star right here, which is Regulus, which is the heart of Leo. It's like they're connected. They're connected. Virgo and Leo, very connected by those stars. But that's what it looks like September 20, 2023, what Spica looked like. Okay, we've got Leo, what it's going to look like on 9/24. 9/24 which would be a couple of days from now. We've got Venus, and this is Venus, and this is Mercury. And you know, in 2017, we had, I forget, anybody remember the other planetary body? There was another planetary body that was present. Jan, do you remember?
I think it was Venus, Mercury, and Mars.
Okay, so we have Mars is still present. Remember, we've got Mars right here at the inner part of her arm. Mars is there. I've heard some people say, is Mars the dragon? Is Mars, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so this is how Leo looks right now. And so we have Yahushua right here, the minor planet. And this is, I think today, let me look, 9/24. This will be 9/24. So this is in a couple of days, what it's going to look like. And you can see it's out of Virgo. It's out of her legs. It has not entered into Libra. It's right, and these are really close. Virgo and Libra are really, really, really close. So it's just about to be at the top of the scales, but it's not. It's here. So just see this movement, child, all the way down here. I mean, obviously being born, and then again, here's Mars in her forearm, right? And that's today. That's today. Oh, this on 9/24, Yom Kippurim. That's why I wanted that on 9/24. What it looks like. This is what it's going to look like on Yom Kippurim. What Leo is going to look like, and what Yeshua is going to look like too. So this is what it's going to look like on Yom Kippur, which is coming up. Okay, Hebe is in the head of Virgo, which is right here. Mars being on her forearm. Hebe, I looked this up because of the number 6, which number 6 is the number of man, we know. So I looked up Strong's number 6, and it means it's abad, to wander away, lose oneself, to perish, destroy, break, destroy, not escape, fail, lose, cause to perish, take home, to be undone, to be void, having no way to flee. So I really don't know what the significance of that is, but it's just interesting that Strong's number is 6, and that word means Jewish. Yeah, so Hebe on her head, number 6, a Jew. The goddess of youth, the daughter of Hera and Zeus, cupbearer to the gods. Okay, so in this we had Gaul. So look this up. Gaul, what is Gaul? Well, we know what Gaul is. We know what Gaul is from the crucifixion, what Gaul is. And here we have the Hebrew spelling of that. So Gaul is bitterness. Bitterness. Well, what's bitterness? Bitterness is wormwood. So, you know, we've just got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, so let me go back really quick to that. Yeah, Gaul, got Mars right here. And just incredible. This, as I said, would be 3 or 4 presentations to get through these and their relationship to the Strong's numbers. Okay, Spica. What does Spica mean? It means a head of grain. It's the brightest star. It's in Virgo, and it's one of the 15 brightest in the entire sky. And it's a giant blue star right here. Okay. So this is my code. This is a Torah code. The father absolutely knew Nishimura before the beginning of the beginning. He knew it's absolutely in there. And it means go west is what his name means. But this is the report, and you can go back later and look at these relationships of the highlighted skips. They have a relationship, but do that on your own time. Just go back and study that because it is profound. So we have Nishimura, we have star, which we know a star is a messenger, is an angel, wandering planet. 8 Tishri, which is September the 23rd, which actually is tomorrow. Yeah, and then the 24th is Yom Kippur, 24. Yom Kippur. So virgin, we have that. Bethula is that name here is Bethula. That's how you say that in Hebrew. We have trumpets, which we know Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah, trumpets, the blowing of trumpets. Many people have looked for that as Yahushua's return, that he's going to return at the Feast of Trumpets. We don't know. We don't know. We're just looking. We're so excited. This is like so exciting. There's so much. There's so many asteroids. There's so much in the heavens that it's overwhelming, really. So
Those on, I was just gonna say those on the Zadok calendar, which Anne is on, today is Feast of Trumpets for them.
Today is Feast of Trumpets. Okay, so the 22nd.
Yeah.
Just very interesting. Do it yourself. Get Stellarium. It's not that hard. Look at each day and see where these asteroids are. It's unbelievable. Okay, Kodesh Kodashim, which means holy of holies, and the placement of this, where this is in the table, is going to blow your mind. Yahushua, which is the long spelling of our Messiah. This spelling goes completely across the table. Eclipse, which I called attention to it and searching for it and made it Aleph Tav eclipse, which is Adar. The eclipses that are coming in October and April are very significant. There's just so much going on in the heavens. Okay, the earth. Lydia, we know she was a wealthy woman in the New Testament, and that she was a dyer of purple, and her name means beautiful one, noble one, and it's a minor planet in Virgo. Okay, Venus, that I found that inclines. You shall redeem. Is this our to sever? Is this our release? I mean, is this our? You get excited. It's like, wow, all these things. What are they saying? With pestilence, we know that asteroids, meteors, asteroids bring pestilence and plagues. That's just a proven fact. The gases that they have, they carry the vials. So with pestilence is there. Hadio, which that's his first name, which his first name means excellent male child. And he discovered the comet, excellent male child. Amazing. Will give birth. Okay, and this you can sound out and you can know that it's a little bug that's went around since 20. Anyway, it's back. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, the dragon, we know the dragon is very much a part of this scene. That is the second. And there was another sign. That's also Revelation 12. After they talk about the woman, they talk about the next sign as the dragon waiting to devour the child, which the child is an asteroid that we can see in the womb that's worked its way down from the womb, and according to what we're seeing on Stellarium, has been born. Okay, the news, Tov, which means good. So this is good. Is this good news? My questioning in this and looking for this, is this good news? Are you giving us good news? And then the next thing is this to encourage us? Yes, encourages is in there, and lift it up. And so that's the child, and the child was caught up. She had delivered it looks like she has delivered as a sign, a child. It's all in there. Israel, the time. And that's in Revelation 1:3, time, revelation time talk. Okay, is near. Again, Revelation 1:3, the time is near.
Halfway mark, Terry.
Okay, halfway, thank you. To eternity, Revelation 1:6. So this is going to be a mixture of Hebrew and Aramaic for those who are going to check spelling, or it is Hebrew and Aramaic. The end, and as in Matthew 24 end. So that's in the consummation, the fulfillment, the fullness. So, and the nations, we know the nations are gathering right now for their meetings. Their meetings about, what is it, Jan? What are they doing now? They're meeting about something.
All sorts, yeah.
Next couple of days, they've got big meetings going down. And interestingly enough, pointing to 2030. We're just hearing.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yes, which is 7 years away. Yeah, okay.
And we're now 7 years since the 2017 Revelation 12 sign happened.
And the eclipse. So
Yeah.
our 7 years, we're 6 years, we're going to be 7, right? The eclipse, it'll be 7 next year, which we're going to talk about that. That's important. These eclipses coming up. The sun.
I think this is to do with the beast coming myself.
It absolutely could be. It could be. I loved getting, my most favorite word that came up in here is encourage.
Well, yeah.
That's my most, and that's Aramaic. So encourage, because it's exciting. And maybe he's teaching us. I mean, we're rubbernecking in Stellarium right now. Like, whoa.
Yes.
He said, when you see these things, look up. Well, man, there's so much going on. You can't even look down. There's so much going on.
And when I saw the colour of that asteroid comet that's coming, Nishimura, it being that pale green colour, made me think of one of the 4 horses.
That
The pestilence and
you're absolutely green, pale, that green color could absolutely be that. But he just wants us to, what he's telling us in all this is look up.
Yes. Okay.
Look up, and which is wonderful because your redemption draws nigh.
Yep.
So, end consummation, fulfillment the nations. Okay, you are from fire. Okay, and a male among children, and deceived. Is this a deception? You know, I looked at this with an eyeball like, how can this possibly be that there's all these terms, scriptural terms, that they've made asteroids and numbers that are Strong's related? How can this be? Is this the Father, or is this a very great deception? You know, how do we know? How do we even know that Stellarium knows? That Stellarium is telling it. We don't know. We can't see it. So how do we know? We don't.
And who named them?
Exactly. Who named them? We know this fella named them, and another couple, the one named Child. I did some research on that, but how do we know that's true? How do we have to question everything these days. Question everything, but I'll tell you, because of this that's going on in Virgo and all this, there are many people whose bags are packed, but they think they're about to be raptured.
Yes.
They're rapture ready because of this. And that did come, is that the enemy who wants you to think you're going to be raptured? Is this his big trick he's going to play, or you think you're left behind? I don't know. This isn't very subtle, is it? It's not very subtle. So I don't know. He's going to.
Well, it will be subtle to the Jews, and it will be subtle to people who are expecting to get
Right.
raptured, to be taken.
Right, yes.
I will fall for, you know, something that comes and says, come with me,
Right.
I'll save you.
Well,
Especially when there's a video out there that says that Elon Musk said that the rapture is very soon.
yes, saw that. We're gonna have to ignore that call. That's Darla and I can't get it. We're just gonna go on. Okay, so deception was one I definitely wanted to check out, and it did come up in Isaiah and Jeremiah. So this is a Torah code. Like I said, the father knew this comment a long time ago. So the odds are good. It has a good R factor. It's a strong code. Okay, so
Terry, it's beautiful that it's all in Torah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely something he wants out. Okay, so we have Nishimura, comet, minor planet, and here is the spelling for that. So let's go look here. Here is Nishimura, begins here. So there's our access term going into the center of the table. Here is, oh, let me get back, whoops. Okay, I have to quickly, we may have to finish this in a minute. Okay, right here is Kodesh, Kodeshim. Do you all see that? Are y'all still there?
Yes, we're all still here.
Okay, so here is Kodesh, Kodeshim. Here is Holy of Holies. And Bonnie eyeballed that. It's absolutely beautiful coming right across this. Now, would you say that the womb of Virgo is a Kodesh, the Holy of Holies? Kodesh, Kodesh.
Absolutely.
Kodesh,
yeah.
Kodeshim. Okay, so I've got to go quickly. You are from fire here. And we have star here, boom, 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 and then this bet. Male among children is here. Hadio is here. Let me see. Trumpets is right here, which we know Feast of Trumpets just passed for us. Here is Yahushua's name, full name, right here, going completely across the table and crossing everything. You shall redeem comes across. You may have to you're gonna have to get this again to study this, because this is gonna cut off. My YouTube's gonna cut off. Or Zoom is gonna cut off. And lift it up is here. Will give birth is here. The good, and I'm looking for news. The news. The good, the Tov. We call that Tov in Hebrew. Okay, and we've got Israel right here as a sign. Here we've got Virgo, Virgin, Bethula here. Let's see, with pet, here's encourage. Encourage is in here really little. And lift it up. No, that's dragon. The dragon is here. Tishri, September 23rd, which Tishri 8 for us, that's tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Okay. Venus, right here, which we know is in Leo right now. Aleph Ta, Adar, the eclipse is coming across here. We have the news on Earth. Lydia, the noble one here. You shall redeem. Okay, a child. Male among children is near. This is the revelation. Time is near. As a sign, Lamed, right here as a sign. Okay, I'm gonna go on so I don't get cut off. See how far I can get. Okay, as far as the Ramsel, it's just packed with Ramsel. So the table, I wanted to do the Aleph and the Taw of Nishimura. The Nun of Nishimura is all the commandments which I command thee this day ye shall observe to do, that ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which Yahuwah swore unto your fathers. The last letter is a Hey, and it says, and they brought the tabernacle unto Moses, the tent and all its furniture, its clasp, its boards, its bars, and its pillars, and its sockets. So profound. Okay, so we have here in Genesis 1, verse 13. Verse 13, and the evening and the morning were the third day, and Elohim said, let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for appointed feasts and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so. Luke 21. So we have the Old Testament, New Testament. There will be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, for looking after what's coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, your redemption draweth nigh.
Wow.
Okay, here's some interesting things about the eclipse. April the 8th, here's the eclipse in 2024, and here is where Nishimura is. It is still going down. It's in Pisces. The eclipse is in Pisces. There's Nishimura still there. Amazing. October 14, here is Nishimura, and as the sun is working its way down, October 14th is not that far. The sun's been working its way down Virgo. Right here is the October 14th eclipse, and there's Nishimura. How long will the solar eclipse last on October 4? 3 hours. That caught my attention for obvious reasons. 3 hours. And where is Mars? Mars remains at her forearm. Okay, the heavens declare the esteem of Yahuwah. Psalms 19:1. Are you looking up? Are you ready? Do you have enough oil? Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. That's Revelation 22:12. Thank you so much, and for sharing this incredible revelation with us. Now go into all the world and tell of him to look up, that he's coming. He's showing us. He's telling us. He's coming. Thank you, guys.
Amen, Terry. That was brilliant.
Let it be. Hallelujah, sister. Beautiful.
It was brilliant. The information in there was fantastic.
Well, we got through it, y'all, in 40 minutes. Does anybody have any questions from I thought this was fascinating. Isn't that fascinating? Nishimura is right there. It traveled from Virgo to Pisces for the eclipse.
Terry, I'm just going to stop you a moment. Darla is in the Zoom room. She said in water cooler. Just letting you know.
Okay. Well, we'll just stay here and we'll put this on. Anyway, just amazing. These eclipses coming up, y'all, are so significant in his timing. Can anybody think of anything? It was so quick that we went through the table. Does anybody have anything? This Kodashim is just blows my mind. This right here. I mean, it just got
Terry, what got me was the 9 months. The 9 months that it entered, the 9 months that it exited. And that's just, and what's it called? A child.
It's called a child. And Hanukkah Yes, I mean,
The light,
yeah.
the light of the world.
So is this deception? Are we looking at deception?
I think so, because not all of the signs are taking place for this, whereas they did for the 2017 Revelation 12 sign. I don't see that there is 12 stars this time in Leo.
No, I don't either. But
That doesn't make the Revelation 12
right.
on
Maybe. The only thing I've thought about that, Jan, is possibly that was the first one. Maybe there have been hundreds or thousands of them in years past.
No, there hasn't, because Alex checked back. There was only one once 6,000 years ago.
So many people
Where that
chat. Yeah, the 2017 one.
6,000 is the number that we want. That's the number we want. That's when we're going home.
So this one seems a little contrived in a sense.
I think this is the deception. I think this is, as we know, the Antichrist, the man of lawlessness, has to come first. No?
So you believe this is?
All right. Is that where your recording stopped, Terry?
Yes, it did. It stopped here.
It did.
Yeah, but I was talking really fast. We got it in.
You did so well. You wrapped up the presentation.
Amazing.
Yeah, Terry, that where it says deceive and has deceived, I find that a little, sort of concerning. That that and what Jan said that it sounds more like the anti.
Yeah, I mean, Darla and I were
a counterfeit of the Revelation 12
because
sign.
remember, even the most elect and will be deceived, could be, if it were possible. So we have to be, it's got to be strong delusion, but that's what Darla and I were talking. Darla and I were talking. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is Darla here?
I am here.
Oh, goody. Yeah, we were talking and, looking at that going, whoa, it's just so, does that look like kind of contrived to you?
That was the word I was thinking.
Yeah, and it did. So, I just think proceed with caution.
Terry, are you able to bring up, I sent you an image, which is very interesting, but maybe what we're talking about right now, I sent you a website in our private message. And it tells us, if you can pull it up in your Discord, yeah.
You sent me a website in that, if I can pull it up. Okay. Osiris Rex. I saw that. Yeah. You want me to share? You want me to share?
Yeah, pull that up because it tells us who's responsible for naming these asteroids.
Okay.
And by the way, it looks like it's Rome.
Looks like it's Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They've got the loose
sense.
2 hours ago, 2 hours ago, an asteroid just hit in Ecuador and it put a huge hole in the ground.
Wow.
And that was the other thing I sent you, is that they went up there. What did it say? NASA's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft is about to fling asteroid sample to Earth. And that was today.
I saw this. Well, anything with the name Osiris is very concerning. That's very
and look at that. An asteroid just hit in Ecuador and put a huge hole in the ground. I think that they're going to do like fake asteroid or meteor showers hitting the Earth.
Yeah.
But don't forget too, with the Revelation 12 sign, we would have had that in 2017, it all matched, it all happened like perfectly. But then what happens? The dragon gets cast to the earth, and his tail brings the third of the stars. So what are the stars? You know, now it doesn't literally mean you're going to see a dragon and you're going to see a tail and you're going to, you know, have all these things. But I mean, asteroids, comets coming onto the earth. If we're going through an asteroid field, and I've heard that we will because of extra things that's coming into our solar system, that's going to bring these things, you know, onto the earth, and things have already started to happen to the other planets, and then we're next, kind of thing. You know, we're like in a gel, if you like. It's like throwing a stone into a pond. You know, it sends out ripples. As something would enter the solar system, it will have an effect on everything else that's in the solar system. So if we start getting going through some asteroid field, or comets are going to start hitting the earth, as you've just said, Leanne, it's not the first. We're starting to see things, and the northern lights are coming more south. You know, things are happening to the planet. But figuratively, that could be the stars being thrown out of the heaven, or a third of the stars coming down to the earth. You know, if you look at it, they're going to be like balls of fire.
And what are the stars?
Yes.
They say that those are like prisons for the fallen ones, right? Some of the stars.
Well, yeah, it could be when they hit the ground, or could be they could use it as, you know, whatever else that they do know is coming, like that the Vatican know is coming. Why else are they going to have a telescope called Lucifer? You know,
Exactly.
The false light of the world. The false light of the world. And
That's
to
right.
the world. That's my take on it. Thank you so much for that, Terry.
Sorry.
Yes.
Just showing this.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to present it. I was so glad to do it. Thank you.
Terry, are you able to bring that up, that page?
I have it up.
Oh, do you? Okay, can you share your screen?
Did I not share the screen? Okay.
Then we'll see it, yeah.
Oh, that was excellent. Very good.
Very
Tobe.
guys, thank you. Okay. I've got so many things open because of that. Okay. Now can you see it?
Thank you for your timing too. Your
Well,
timing to that.
you see
Terry.
why I couldn't wait till next week. You see, because of the Yom Kippur, I couldn't wait. That had to be presented now.
Definitely.
So, Rome, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Astronomical objects. Celestial nomenclature has long been a controversial topic. At the inaugural meeting in 1922 in Rome, the IAU standardized the constellation names and abbreviations. More recently, IAU communities or working groups have given or certified the names of astronomical objects and features. 1982, the United Nations, at its fourth conference on the standardization of geographical names held in Geneva, recognized the role of the IAU by adopting its resolution 13 on extraterrestrial feature names. Wow, there's a lot of information right there.
Yeah.
Spelling names.
There is.
You know, I think they tried to spell Yahushua in it, but they didn't spell Yahushua. They spelled Yeshua.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird to try to say.
Yeah, they didn't get his name quite right, but I think that's what they were going for. And I wonder if they would see what this asteroid was going to do, and one of them appeared to come and then go out of the womb area of Virgo. And so then they named it Child. You know, I don't know, but that's what crossed my mind.
Deception.
Well, great point that they didn't spell the name right. Very odd spelling.
Yeah. It reminds me of one of the politicians one time who said his favorite verse was, I think he said it was John 16:3. He was trying to say 3:16, but you know, he didn't know the scriptures well enough to say 3:16. I don't remember what 16:3 is, but it was just sort of, it really put him in his place when we looked it up.
You know, it's just too much. It's
Yeah.
just too much. And the drawing looks hokey. Everybody's all pumped up. Everybody thinks it's about rapture time. I mean, you know, I was telling the group before, these days are very Kodesh. I do know that from Feast of Trumpets to Yom Kippur. I feel it so heavy on me, so heavy how these days are. I just feel his presence. It's like the veil is really thin. I just really feel it. So,
Wow.
you know, that's important.
It's
That's important.
Kodesh, isn't it? You're in the time, you can feel
We're-
like
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the
Like
Kodesh.
something's about to break through. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Whether
feels.
whether it's deception or whether it's the truth.
Yeah, but you know, he's going to train us, y'all, so we can
Yeah.
smell deception. He's going to train us.
Have
And
you
this is there's deception in this.
have you watched the Messiah 2030 Part 2?
Yes, and you know what was your takeaway with that, Jan?
Well, I knew, because it says, you know, that it's for the wise will know the day and the time. When the revelation was given to Daniel, and it said seal up the book because it's for the time of the end. So now if we're in the time of the end, we who are in this generation who are meant to know, we will know, you know, but the foolish won't know. The ones who are not taking any notice, or the ones who don't read the scriptures, the ones who are expecting to be raptured, they won't know. But us who are filled with the light, with the Kodesh, we will know, because it's for us to know. It says, you brothers, you know, you're not in darkness.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree that we are going to know. And it reminded me so much, Feast of Trumpets. I mean, here we are asking Tobias, asking our sisters in Australia, asking everybody, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen the crescent? Did you see the crescent? I mean, if that's not, nobody knows the day or the hour, but we know we know when it's gonna be. We're looking for it. We know when it's gonna be. So we are not ignorant. That's something that I have come to really believe, that those who are looking, we're gonna know. We're not gonna, it's not gonna be some kind of, we don't know. We are going to know down to a day or two. We're gonna
We'll
know.
have our lamps filled with
I
oil.
agree, Terry.
You know?
I agree.
We'll be looking up, and you know,
Right. We have to know. He has to tell us. So we do have our lamps full. So we do know he's gonna tell us, but he's training us, guys.
yeah.
Deception. And I smell deception in this in a big way. And I'm looking here at Rome, who names these places. They didn't name our Messiah right. I mean, what's our first clue that something's not right?
Right?
Yeah, that's a big clue right there.
Well, Terry, how does anyone find out something is fraud? It's like they study the right project, that, like, just say $1 bill, for instance, they study the real bill so they know what the fraudulent is.
Yes.
It's not that they study the fake, they study the real thing.
Right.
And when you apply that to the scriptures and to everything that's going on, like, that's the important part, I feel, anyway. So
I agree with you, sister. I totally agree.
Yes, I do.
You know, it makes me even doubt the Stellarium program itself, because why would the enemy give us access? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just have to be prayerful, and he knows we're seeking, and he's not going to let us be deceived. He's not. We're trying. We are his elect. We are his elect. If we're not, who is? No, mean to sound haughty, but really,
No, it's not being haughty. It is quoting scripture. It is,
we are
have
the
a
elect.
hunger for it. A few people do, whereas many are just content to go to church and believe everything that their pastor tells them is this means this and that means that and this is going to happen. Everyone believes that you're going to get raptured, sort of like beam me up, Scotty, before the bad stuff happens. Like you're never going to go through any tribulation.
Right.
Or,
I mean,
because we are.
it's so exciting to think that's a possibility. And wow, look at the Strong's number with his name. It says it's Harpazo, it's rescue.
Yes.
It's oh my goodness, this is so it gets you all pumped up and
It does. Yes.
and that's what he wants you to be, all emotional, and where the Father wants us to
Excited.
And all those channels of the people that are waiting for the rapture, they are also like, oh my gosh, just waiting. But
Well, they're
Dr.
lawless, aren't they, too?
They what?
They're lawless. They don't keep the right Sabbaths and keep the feast days. So they're not looking up. They've got no idea about what the Moedim are about, how they're appointed times. And that's the other thing.
Dr. P did a really good show last night breaking down the dispensationalists. Did you see it?
Who did?
Yes. With the
it was really good.
Breaking down of that word of the catching away the harpazo.
Who did it?
Dr. P.
Dr. P.
Oh, right.
Dr. Pigeon.
I haven't watched
that. Love to see that. You'll know that tomorrow is the date for the so-called abomination of desolation. It's supposed to happen on the 23rd. Remember?
When you say it's supposed to happen, this is a certain YouTube channel or ministry.
Yes. There's a couple. One of which is, who's the guy, y'all? The channel, y'all know him.
But do you know what happened today?
What?
There was a small nuclear bomb set off on the Atlantic side, off the coast of Florida, and Bermuda lost all their power.
Oh, wow.
There was another one set off on the West Coast, just small ones, and then there was like all of these things that got hacked, and they had skull and bones. So in New York City, all of the billboards had this picture of skull and bones all over their billboards.
Something weird.
I'll put the video in Discord, because the person that did the video said there's no way that they're going to put all this on the news, but that happened today. And you know what skull and bones is, right? 322.
Yeah. 322. Yeah.
322.
So it was almost like they're signaling that they're ready to go,
Yeah. Well, that's what they were saying, is a nuclear blast, and I'm wanting to say it was in New York City. New York City. Yeah, New York City is going to have a nuclear explosion. It's going to be the abomination of desolation. Yeah, this guy on internet, what's his name?
You're not talking
Breaking Babylon or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Abraham, Breaking Babylon.
Yeah, his name's Abraham. Yeah, and he's been counting this down for about a year and a half. He has a ticker at the end, at the bottom of all of his, he'll say 433 days till the abomination of desolation. So
then what happens if it doesn't happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, exactly, yeah. But that nuclear bomb, that's in the ocean?
Yeah. On each side of each side of the United States.
Sounds like a threat, doesn't it?
Well, that's on one of the bills, on the American bills, and I forget which ones. Jonathan Kleck showed us that years ago.
Oh yes, I remember him.
The tidal wave coming over. So these ones ones were almost like, you know, how they do a signal first that we're ready to go kind of thing. It seemed more like that.
Oh,
Oh,
Leah,
yeah.
put all that on Waterpro.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see all that.
Yeah, because it
it's,
was on a news channel. It just, I know they won't put it on the American news. I don't know what news channel it's from, but
well, the
Yeah.
other guy, y'all know him. He's heavy set. He keeps Saturday, Shabbat. Joseph
Oh,
Drummond.
not Jonathan Kahn.
No, Drummond.
Drummond.
Dumont,
Okay.
Joseph Dumont.
Joseph
Yeah.
Dumont. He
Dumont,
believes
that's-
too that tomorrow is the abomination of desolation.
Okay.
Yeah.
He and Abraham both believe that tomorrow is the that everything in the world is going to change tomorrow.
Well, that's so weird because he's got the book where he says it's like 19, what is it like? I mean, sorry, not 19, like 2047 or something like that.
Yeah. He does say 2047, but he and Abraham believe this. I really don't know what they're basing it. They did some kind of a linear counting of prophetic timing and came up with this, and it's specifically a nuclear detonation in New York City.
Ah,
Yeah.
they're saying it is.
That's
Wow.
what they say.
Well, you know, what's interesting is that for years now, I've seemed to notice videos put out by perhaps Christians that are trying to say this is what Hollywood is signaling, and like September 23rd comes up every year, and they'll throw something out about the movies that this date is in. Isn't that?
I have
There's-
seen that video.
There is such an exhaustive list of how much that comes up in movies. Like it's
everywhere.
astronomical how many times that date.
We just don't know which year.
923,
Mm.
923,
Which that's-
329.
Interesting, because it's Yom Kippur. You know, Yom Kippur is coming. Yom Kippur is on our minds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 25.
and that they think the abomination of desolation is coming right before Yom Kippur, right before, which is judgment. You know, which somebody said this, and I thought this was so profound. Jan, it could have been you. I can't remember. It's one of you sisters said this. You know, Yom Kippur is the way I understand it, is a day that your name could be blotted out of the book of life. Hey,
Oh, that was me.
it could
Yeah.
be blotted out. But it's also the day that your sins are forgiven.
Skins.
Your sins
Yeah.
are blotted out. Either your
One or the
sins
other.
are blotted out or your name is blotted out. It's one or the other. You could call it the day of blotting.
Yeah,
Mm.
right.
Yeah.
Day of covering anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's the way I understand it. Is that how you understand it, Darla? That your name is that's the day. Your name could be blotted out that day.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, so we're at 10 days of awe, which of course are coming to a close now as we're almost to day 10.
Yeah.
Day one being the 7th month, the first day, which was this past new moon day, right? The
Shalom,
feast, right?
Jan.
yeah.
Shalom, Jan. And so that was day one, and sorry, Teza?
I just said sorry. I saying goodbye to Jan and I
Oh.
interrupted you. I apologize.
Okay. So anyway, we just had Feast of Trumpets, the first day of the 7th month, which was last Saturday, right, on the Gregorian calendar.
Mhm.
And so then we have the 10 days of awe, which end with day 10, but the fast of Yom Kippur begins on the 9th in the evening. So that will be Sunday, because
Yep.
the 8th would
Does
be-
it start Sunday at sundown?
Yes, Sunday,
Yes.
Sunday at sundown, exactly. And then we'll go all the
Okay.
way to Monday, which will be the 10th.
But
Until
it's dark.
we go to dark, right? When there's no more evening.
So
Because
it's sundown to sundown.
yeah,
Yeah.
the evening is a mixture of light and dark. So we go from the beginning of that mixture to the end. So we don't stop until dark. So we wait until all of that mixture of light and dark is gone.
Mhm.
So, it's just another hour.
Are we sharing the same day as the Jewish people this year?
I haven't even had time to look at their calendars. Anybody else?
It's on my phone. which
Yeah, I
that
think
usually-
everything lines up.
Yes, it,
I think it all
Yes, it
lines up
does.
this year.
Everything, everything does line up for this one.
That's interesting, isn't it? I mean,
Isn't it?
Yeah.
you know what? Bottom line, that all may be deception, but they don't do that kind of deception without a reason. There's something going on.
And
Yeah,
without
they could be
permission.
signaling to
Without-
something, right?
Something is going on. That's
Mm.
what we know. Something is going on.
Yeah, they're signaling something to somebody. Exactly.
So, and the Father is opening our eyes, like to just be aware, be aware of everything. Something's going
Right.
on.
I told you, Terry, when
He's
we see
allowed-
the word Nishimura, I see Shamar, which means watch, keep, guard, observe. Observe.
Yeah.
We can watch, we can see what's going on. And he gives us that ability to say, wait a minute, who's in charge of naming these things? Let's find out. Because we can find out who names them, and evidently Rome's at the top of that. Or bottom, however you look at it.
Well, is anybody surprised?
Rome and the UN in
Yeah,
there with
everybody-
Not at
their
all,
dirty
Terry.
little hands.
Nobody's surprised by that, but I
No.
doubt, Darla, we will be the only YouTube on there who's doubting this, who's not
And you know what?
all over it. There's not
Terry?
another one out there.
You know what sticks out to me the most about your table is Didymus, the doubting Thomas.
Yeah, that
that's
was,
that one. There's another one, Hebi, and you know,
And that one. Yeah, Abby.
Terry showed us that it, Google will tell you it means a Jew. When I look it up, it means exaggeration nonsense.
whoa.
When I look it up hey bet, that gives us the word give, and then hey bet yod aleph, which is what hey bet yod says. Go look at hey bet yod aleph. It means exaggeration nonsense. So we've got give, exaggeration, nonsense.
Oh my goodness.
Exaggerated nonsense is a perfect
Exaggeration and
description
Yeah.
of this, what's going on.
Yeah.
Isn't our Father good? I told
He
you,
is
isn't
good.
he
And you know
told
what?
you?
He's training us, y'all. He loves us so much. He's training us to
is.
see.
And he gives you the desires of your heart, whether it's good or whether it's evil. So the evil are going to turn around and get what they're wanting, and
Yeah.
the Tobe are going to be getting
There's
what
gonna
they
be, there's gonna be a lot of, I mean, what's his name? Drummond? Is that his name?
Drummond,
Joseph
Joseph Drummond.
I mean, he
Drummond.
put that down, that tomorrow is the desolation. When nothing
There's
happens
no R.
tomorrow, and
It's
nothing happens
Dumond.
tomorrow it's tomorrow, and it's 23rd, 23rd day of
Yeah.
desolation. So that's that Abraham guy, that's the Joseph guy. They're gonna be toast. Anything they say after this, with as big a deal as they have made about this, they're toast. They're false prophets. Boom, gone. There goes all your
Do
books.
you want me to play the news thing if I can run it on my phone here? Just
Sure.
what they,
Yeah.
okay. Let me see if I can find it. I'll be back in a.
Okay. And
There's just gonna be a lot of people, no desolation. I mean, maybe there will be something happening, who knows? And then there's no rapture. There's gonna be a lot of disappointed people. There really will be a lot of disappointed, good people
A lot of
Yeah.
falling away. A lot of falling away.
falling away.
Each year,
exactly, Marie.
there's more and more. Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of sincere people are going to be deceived.
Yeah.
Sincerely deceived. Yeah. And
Yeah.
how do they pick up their belief off the floor? Their belief is in this day, in the rapture. And then what do they do with themselves when, we missed the rapture bus again. We got to wait around for Passover and the next feast. Like, it's better to know the feast and be involved in the feast and meeting, because those are appointed times. We need to come into understanding. English, we don't get it, but in Hebrew, those are appointed times with Yahuwah.
Yeah. I've heard of
Yeah.
YouTubers who have totally sold absolutely everything, thinking they're going to be raptured.
Yeah,
going back years now. They've sold everything. They've got
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's people who've moved out of New York. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's people, I mean, something may happen tomorrow. Something may happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah. And if they won't waste a storm, right? That's what they say. Never.
No, they won't waste a storm.
Yeah. So if they have planned something, it'll go down as it's, supernatural, divine, whatever.
And it'll
Miss the rapture, whatever.
be
And
deception.
they'll come up
whatever
with
it
a
is.
solution.
Yeah.
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 Well, all of us sitting here, 5 of us people, 6 with Jan,
Yeah.
deception. We're all coming
Are
up.
we
with
ready?
deception. Yeah, but we're all coming up with deception on this.
Yeah.
We've been in deception for
Yeah.
the last several years. We've been in a heightened amount of deception, and I think more and more people
And
are waking up.
and
to-
we're surrounded by people that have, were deceived, but yeah, people are waking up, and who is going to allow all of this to continue to wake people up? Because everybody's been programmed since their youth, right? So,
Yeah.
that's what he does, is he wakes us up, opens our eyes, so it's
But
got to
he
happen
tells us
en
people
masse.
Leah.
He does
Pardon?
tell us to
Wake his
watch the
people up.
heavens.
Did
He
you
does
say he
tell us
does
to
wake
watch.
people up?
He's going to wake people up, but there are going to be many who are deceived. And that's when they're going,
Yeah.
as Marie said, the falling away is going to come. But
Yeah.
in my life, deception has been shown. And it was like, thank you, Father,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
that
he's the
little
one who
bit of
opened my
light.
eyes to this world too. Like, I had no clue. He sat me down. It's like, okay, here's your eyes being opened.
Wow.
Just has to change a little thing. But sorry, Terry,
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking, looking at,
no.
looking for
you're wrong.
deception too. He
Okay,
wants.
I got to play this video
Okay,
and let you guys
yeah.
see what happened today.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
There's no sound. I mean, that might not be a bad thing. We can't hear anything.
No. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we
can
hear
you hear me?
you. We hear you, but we
Okay.
didn't hear the sound.
Let
on
me try again, because I had my headphones in, so it might be,
Yeah.
that might be what stopped it. So let me just see. Let me try again. Because you got to hear what's being said.
We don't see your video, by the way, either right now.
It's still going, Terry. We're still
Can you
live.
see it? You can't see it or hear it?
Did you share screen again the second time?
Oh,
And we didn't hear
oh,
anything, but you're welcome to tell us what's happening if you can't. That might not be a bad idea anyway.
yeah, just so we don't, okay.
Right? Yeah, you could just show us the video and tell us what's happening, and people can search it up. They can sit in Discord.
Okay, so what's happening is they're doing black sky event right now. So you know that everything always goes down when they're doing an exercise.
Yeah.
Same with 9/11. There was an exercise going down. Same with Sandy Hook, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, you might have to blurt those out. I don't know how. So anyway, there's one There's one going on right now called EarthX, and they're doing a black sky event, which is preparing for cyber attacks. So this is what happened today.
I think we heard a sound there.
Can you guys hear that?
Well, it's not playing right now, so we can't hear anything.
But okay,
Oh, I
when it
heard
was
something.
playing, did you hear it?
I
Can
thought-
you see it?
I can see it.
No, we can see it, we don't hear it.
Yeah, so there's no sound, but this is JWTV.
Okay, so real concerns this morning over 2 nuclear blasts. Explosions that occurred approximately 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the upper atmosphere over both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans.
Mm,
In the upper atmosphere.
It's unclear if it was some sort of military test or a failed missile.
maybe that's related to that Osiris thing where they shot the asteroid down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was in Ecuador, you said, Leah?
They exploded about 350 miles offshore on both coasts.
On
At the
both
same-
coasts.
One
Both-
explosion southwest of San Diego,
Mhm.
and one southeast of Florida.
That's just so weird.
No one has claimed responsibility at this point. But wait till you see this. Okay, so breaking news, the major power outage in Bermuda.
Mm.
Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda. Hmm.
Yeah, with the Bermuda airport closed, many people are stuck here. Everything's closed. So
That's
people
crazy.
across the globe found this on their computer screen.
That Skull and Bones thing.
Targeted cyber attacks on landmarks. Last night, the lights flickered off on Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
Is this JWTV, Leah?
Huh?
Oh, is this JWTV?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Wow,
Times
look at that.
Square.
Look at that. And look
Skull
at that
and Bones.
underneath there, War Horse. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Lights went out on
Mhm.
Big Ben in London.
What? All
And-
this stuff in the
Oh.
UK?
And Mars is the war planet too.
Something's up.
What's that?
Something's up. Something's up.
Yeah.
Something. I
So
mean, we need to
also-
be on alert. We need to be on guard.
Yeah, I'll post the rest on there. Stop share.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
we need to be on guard, definitely. Just aware of your surroundings. Just be aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Mars is the war planet.
I tried everything to try and go camping today, I got sidetracked by people needing me to help them with other things. So by the time I got back home and started finishing to pack up everything to go, it was like too late. So I just thought, don't keep try not, or don't keep fighting it. Maybe you're not meant
Right,
to be
right,
anyway.
right, right.
Yeah. So I put my pajamas on and came and laid down with my heating pad.
Well,
Wow.
in a way, like in the table, it said encourage, which meant a lot to me, that word in the table. I think that he's giving us discernment. Discernment. This is discernment. This is hard. This is like really dividing out discernment.
Yeah.
I'm encouraged by the fact that we can do it. We're dividing it out and seeing it. We're not going for the hype. We're not, we're dividing it out with wisdom. So to me, that's encouraging that he's given us, and he's going to give us more. He says that I'm going to pour out my power on you.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, I loved it when you said in your table, look up, your redemption draws near. And that's what it's telling us. That's what I believe.
Oh, totally. It's telling us to look up and be aware. They're trying to deceive you. I mean, remember how emphatic Messiah was.
Yes.
When they asked him.
Don't
That
be
was his
deceived.
Exactly.
first,
Do not
what's
be
going to be the
deceived.
sign? What's going to be the sign? They always wanted a sign. What's the sign?
Yeah, what are the signs? What's
Yeah,
the sign gonna be?
don't be deceived.
Yeah.
And I've always had this visual of him looking at Darla and then looking at Leah and then looking at Teza and saying, don't be deceived. Because like Teza, Leah is going to be deceived. You're going to have to help her. And Leah, you're going to have to help Marie. And you're going to have to help each other. You're going to have to come together to do this, to divide it out, help each other. I can just see him looking at them. See to it that you're not deceived. So that takes a village. It takes your people. You can't go on one person. You got to bring it in and go, well, what do y'all think? It looks kind of contrived. It looks kind of weird. It looks kind of.
Especially the technologies that we're going to be going up against too. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
pulling out every dirty trick in the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's not
It's something I am questioning though, is that he wants us to look at the signs, the heavens.
Observe. Yeah, observe.
He wants us to. So if he wants us to, he will give us credible tools to do that. He will
He's
do
given us
that.
tools now. He's given us the Hebrew so that we know, for instance, right after take heed that no one lead you astray, he said, the very next thing he says is, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am HaMashiach, and they shall lead many astray. So when they name that asteroid,
Right.
yes,
Joshua. Yeah. Weird.
not even his name.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he has to just change that little thing. It's just a little thing. Did he really say
Yes,
that? That's what he said
little.
in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And it says, and you shall begin to hear fightings and reports of fightings. That's what we're talking about with the bombs, right?
yeah.
Yeah. See that you're not in trouble, for these have to take place, but the end is not yet. Oh, the end is not yet.
Yeah.
Well, he's speaking right
Not
to our
yet.
group right now, Matthew 24. We're right walking every letter of it.
And it says for nations.
Hold on to,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tessa or Marie.
I just hold on to John 8:32. You will know the truth, and the truth set you free.
Amen, sister. We're going to know the truth. Between us, we're going to know the truth. We're going to be able to go.
Yeah.
Y'all are going to be able to say, Terry, that ain't right. That's not right. Line me back up. Help me. I really think that's what he was saying to his disciples collectively. It's so emphatic. See to it.
I put that all of Yahushua's words that he spoke I put that video on. Unfortunately, it's not in the restored names, but it's just all of
good
every
video.
one of his. Huh?
It was a tow video.
Yeah, I started watching that this
Yeah, it's
morning.
nice to just put it on when you're falling asleep or when you
Oh,
first wake up.
Put that in
Just-
there too. I want to hear that tonight. Please put it in there.
Yeah, just to hear all the words that he spoke. You know what I mean?
Is that
Without-
the Gospel of Thomas? That's just the red letter edition of what the words he spoke. I've always heard that the Gospel of Thomas is just what he said.
No,
the
well,
four- it's
no,
all
this is just, it starts at Matthew and it
Mhm.
goes through all of the things that all of his, wasn't commands.
Teaching.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't precepts. Anyway, it's just, yeah, all of the things that he.
Oh yeah, I need it. I need to hear that tonight.
So it goes through each of the gospels
Mm-hmm.
and then I think Book of Revelation. I'm not sure, but I'd love to
It
do
was all-
that
It
with
was
the
all the things.
restored meaning.
Sorry, it was all the things he commanded us to do.
It was his commands, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in all the
Yeah.
Gospels. Yeah.
And then Leah, what is Nathan, what is Nathan's last name in the Linen Channel? What's it called?
Reynolds.
Oh,
Reynolds.
Nathan Reynolds.
Nathan Reynolds, yeah.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's wow. The life
Yeah,
he's
he
lived.
comes
Oh my
from the
goodness.
family of Reynolds rap. Like,
Yeah, SRA.
it's a household name.
Forgot about that. And what's his Linen Channel called? Something about linen? Is linen?
Linen Railroad.
Express Railroad. Yeah.
Linen Railroad.
Linen Railroad.
And that
His-
video,
His story is like nothing. I've never heard a story like his.
He's a SRA survivor from an Illuminati family, the Reynolds.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
share that last video.
I listened to, I'm not sure which one. I listened to a couple of them yesterday just for encouragement because it's a lot of familiar stuff in it, right?
There's a lot of stuff.
He got into more detail about how they use human sacrifice to they don't tell them the complete future, but they give them little tidbits. So that's how his family knew to get into aluminum and something else. But in order to do that, there had to be a sacrifice, and he said almost all of he was it, and most all of the families used their oldest son as
Yeah.
like basically sell.
Firstborn.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
firstborn, give them over to Molech, to
Yeah.
his grandfather.
And I've seen this before where a lot of celebrities, it goes through the list of the people that they have sacrificed, like Jay or not Jay-Z, the other one that's married to Kim Kardashian or was married to Kim Kardashian. Yee, he goes by now, like totally mocking Yahushua.
I can't think of his
what's
name,
his
but
name? Yeah, his mother.
Kanye West.
Kanye, yeah. Yeah, his mother. Like, and then you see as it goes through the whole list of the ones that they've sacrificed, and you can just see how they turn evil. Like he's and Nathan was talking about that, how it's just like a whole something enters you, when you make that agreement with the evil one, right?
Yeah, he said he even had black goo oozing out of him. Black stuff oozing out of him when he was, when he was being delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah.
the particular video you had.
Snatch.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Is that the book Snatched from the Flames?
Yeah.
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 The particular video that you had shared that I had seen was where he was talking with a family that live in Hawaii, and the young
Yeah,
man.
that's George and Lisa.
Oh,
Lisa and Noble George, sorry, yeah.
What are their names?
Lisa and Noble George and their son
Yeah.
Isaac. They have a
Okay.
lot to
they're
do.
wonderful people.
Yeah, it's my first time getting to see them. I know David has talked about them before, but
Zen they started out on Zen's channel years ago doing in the
They've got, they're the channel Hebrew Hawaiians.
yeah, that's Lisa. Yeah, that's them.
okay.
Hebrew what?
Hebrew Hawaiians.
Hebrew.
They teach Hebrew
Oh.
as well. They've got a lot of teachings on YouTube.
Well, Nathan was talking on that video about reading to his son, I think, when he was going to sleep, and he mentioned 2 Kings 24, verse 8, and he's reading along, and it says, Jehoiakim was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months, and his mother's name was Nehushta.
Yeah.
The
The serpent.
daughter
I've
of
just
Jerusalem.
finished watching that.
Yeah. Nahushta. Yeah.
Nehushta is related to, like, the root word of that is Nahash, right?
Yeah.
Which means to hiss, whisper, a magic spell, to prognosticate, an incantation or augury. And an augury is a sign of what will happen in the future. And it's also copper, and it's also a snake from its hiss.
Yeah.
So I think that there people are interested in signs. So we take it very seriously that people can follow the wrong signs. And Yahushua said, as soon as they said, what will be the sign of your coming? That's the very first time he says, that's the time he immediately answers with, see that no man deceives you.
Mm-hmm.
Yahuwah gave us the signs in the heavens. That's in Genesis 1. But yeah, somehow the predicting those signs or telling those signs, that's called augury, and that's in that word Nahash. Like, I never thought about that before.
And Yahushua also called them, after an evil generation who was seeking after signs all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brood of vipers.
Yeah.
When I seen the video come out, I didn't watch it or anything. I thought I gotta go back and watch that later. It was Elon Musk says the rapture is gonna happen soon, and like so many people think he's one of the good guys. Like
all the young ones do.
L,
the young one,
right? He's got L in his name.
Mm-hmm. And Elon is a biblical name as well. It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
He's also in there as Osiris. You remember my table? I found his name. Osiris. Elon Musk. Elon Musk crossed it. Elon Musk, both names, Osiris.
Well, it's funny because I guess they take on the spirit of stuff because I remember Trump was Janus, the two-faced, right? Janus.
Osiris was the big kahuna. Osiris, like, those are his penises everywhere. The
obelisks.
His penises are everywhere. But they're in the city states.
Something really strange about his birth, and like I think a lot of them have some really bizarre stuff.
He's bizarre. He's bizarre. There's something wrong.
I've heard some very strange things about Elon from someone who knew his nanny from when he was a child. So very, very strange.
I posted that video where she said he was in the bedroom and he would be able to get things to elevate and
that
open the door and they were like floating in the room and stuff.
That was from Beck from Oz. She lives not far from me. I met her. She told me.
Well, how many people name their kids X?
Yeah,
That's weird.
that is weird.
Yeah.
Terry, when you were sharing,
And change it from Twitter over to X as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X
Darla, I apologize.
X is for Osiris. That's the meaning of that. That's the
Yeah.
bottom line meaning of X is Osiris.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
see them all on their covers doing this.
Yeah.
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 I'm sorry, Darla, what? You said my name.
yeah, 1 second. Yeah, that thing I sent you, the first
Dude,
thing.
I lost sound.
The first thing I sent you on over there in your message, Terry, was NASA's Osiris Osiris RE, and then it's got a little X. So I just read it as Osiris Rex, right?
Osiris Rex. Yeah. Yeah.
It-
King Osiris. Yeah.
Why is the X little? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is it that you know how when you say X?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering
Re-
regarding X. So,
Yeah.
who knows? We got to have so much discernment with the stuff that they.
Yeah, this, if you take this and this, you've got the sign for sorcery. RX is a sign of sorcery.
Oh.
Well, I was
Wow.
gonna ask you, Terry, with the Revelation 12:1 slide you put up, what it said, where it's the likeness of the things of the earth.
Uh-huh.
Find that in the Hallelujah scriptures. Which translation was that in?
Likeness of the things of the earth. I'd never read that. Have you?
No, I wanted to ask you about that as well. Yeah.
Well, let me see where I got it, y'all. Maybe I got a bad translation.
Well, that's why it's a great point to share people. Like you gotta go back and even look at the original, even an interlinear is very helpful.
Yeah. Let's see. That was
I wonder
Revelation.
where it came, is this one of those, what do they call it? What is that effect? Leo'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, the Mandela
Yeah,
effect.
Mandela effect.
So that was Revelation 12. It was just Revelation 12:1, the B part. Yeah.
It doesn't say that in
I
my.
don't see that either. Where did I get that? Oh, what are we going to do? Take it out?
We're just saying it. We're just saying, hey, as it's come along, this is what we do. We check stuff. That's scriptural, that you check.
Yeah, I should have read another one. I didn't read another one. I just read.
I think it's a great point, case sample here. You can't.
It totally is.
What Google tells you or throws at you, because they can throw you out.
That is crazy because I read that, y'all. How could I make that up? I read that.
Is it just a screenshot you took somewhere?
Yeah, it's a screenshot, but I've got 16 Bibles on my phone.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
was it? Revelation 12:1, did you say?
Revelation
Oh.
12:1. Let's see if I got it in Sefer. Sometimes Sefer will have, no, it's not Sefer.
Yeah, so the Holy says, and a great sign was seen in the Shamayim, a woman clad with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. Terry, did you talk about the fact that the moon wasn't here? So
I just said, in general, I said there are things that are not here.
Yeah.
I said there are things that are not here. This is really weird, y'all. Where did I get that translation? Because it shocked me because I'd never read it before.
And maybe there's a reason for that.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Should you edit that out?
I'm just going to leave it because it's one slide. And if people want to study along with us, they're going to see, and they can even check it for themselves. It's great discernment. It's a great exercise.
Man, that is, I'd never seen it either. Very good learning. Thank you. But to check it, don't just use one source, check it.
Terry, did you say that was a screenshot?
Yeah, it was a screenshot. I took a screenshot of one of my Bible apps when I looked that up.
That could be the Mandela effect.
Well, I
Mhm.
couldn't have written that with, I mean, I saw it somewhere.
You know, we're hearing that they're gonna be putting out new scriptures that take out what they don't want, by the way.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what they
my
want.
goodness. Wow, that's so scary. Okay, I'm gonna find this. I gotta find this. That's just disturbing.
they're putting out AI Bibles, AI scriptures.
Yeah,
with
exactly. You know,
rewriting.
Oh, and those will be accurate. Yeah, those will be accurate.
I
The
mean,
AI ones.
Those
So
won't
we
be
don't-
accurate. They'll be so.
it's really time to make sure people have scriptures in their Strong's Concordance, whatever
Books.
books they're going to have them, because things on data can change.
Yeah,
And-
real books. Have real
There's
books.
and stuff that.
And there's a good chance that everything could just vanish.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say.
Well, this
Yeah.
is a very important lesson right here, y'all.
Do you guys know about October the 4th?
No.
Yeah.
That they're doing a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the world.
Yeah. My neighbor
October
told me.
4th. It's going to be on every phone and every TV and everything else.
In
And
what
I
countries?
watched a video
Oh.
where a whistleblower was saying that they're going to put out 3-minute long beeps that are going to activate people that have the graphene oxide.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
So
what-
while my mother was here, I made us watch Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Yeah, have you ever seen the movie The Kingsman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it because it is so on point of everything. That's why it freaked me out that we watched that,
The Kingsman.
and the church here in town put up a 5G tower in their like, I was
Wow.
like dumbfounded.
They're everywhere on churches though.
They're
that's
everywhere
what they say
here
that-
now. Like I thought I was kind of like, in a remote area, small northern
Yeah.
Ontario thing. Nope.
No, I know they're absolutely everywhere in the remotest places.
So October 4th, I'm putting my phone, like my phones and
I'll turn mine
laptops, everything like that is all going in the Faraday.
When is the eclipse?
October 14.
October 14, okay.
That's the one that comes out of Corpus Christi, doesn't it?
It
Terri?
exits Corpus Christi, and it's the part, it's gonna make, an aleph and a taw, but that. Yeah. That's
I
so
mean, what are
interesting.
the odds of that?
I mean,
It's
not,
amazing to have one
impossible.
Hebrew letter, never mind the aleph and the taw. Like,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like Yahuwah putting his signature right across, like right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
That's like you-
big X, my mark, and yeah.
Leah,
Yeah.
years ago when there was all of this stuff seemed to have started, there was a big earthquake in Christchurch in
New Zealand?
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and then that went all around the world. So
Mm.
But when
Father
all
will not be-
around the world.
Father will not be mocked. And not one aleph or tav will disappear. Not
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say that was because of the name of the place? When you say he will not be
No.
mocked, what?
And well, Father just won't be. Everything that's going on with what we've
Yeah.
looked at today, he won't be mocked.
No, and that's
These names are like a mockery.
they are.
Terry, your screen's
Yeah.
still, I don't know if you wanted it up, but it's up.
Oh, am I still screen sharing?
Yeah, you are.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
sorry, I'm trying to find something that Jeanette
That's okay.
Stop sharing.
said. I'm trying to find where
There
in
it
the
is.
world I got that. I need to stop sharing. Where in the world I got that scripture? I'm so embarrassed. That's so bad.
Oh, it's making you crazy now.
It's making me crazy. And you know what? It just lessens our credibility,
No,
I mean,
I
that's
I
so
think
basic.
we're here together and we are still human and we spend hours and hours trying to put together a presentation that doesn't have mistakes. But still, when we catch them, it's best that we just address them right there or at least question them like
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have known that because it was so foreign to
you know
me.
what, Siri? Maybe it's in the Aramaic. Would it be in the Aramaic?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or your is it
I
the
don't think it
Aramaic that
is.
you read from? Yeah, it
To be in
could
the
be.
Aramaic, and that means it's something that's been kept out of our other translations. The
Eh,
Aramaic,
maybe, let me just take a look.
I'm
and
gonna
see.
get a drink
It
and
was
then come
so
back.
foreign. It was so foreign, the way it read, it just shocked me. Stupid. I mean, what you should do with that right there is you've got to check that. And I didn't check it. I didn't check it.
if it's in the Aramaic, that is, other things need to be checked by that.
Yeah, I'm looking here because that's so weird. I got that from somewhere.
Yeah.
Where is she's pregnant in labor? Nope. It just says, appeared in heaven, a woman who was wearing moon under her feet and a crown of stars, 12 on her head. She was pregnant. She cried out and was in labor. She was anguished to give birth. And there appeared another sign in heaven. No, it's nowhere. Where in the world did that come from? Wow.
Yeah, it's something you missed and that's okay. We just checked on it. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. That's time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was weird. It was so weird. I should have known something went right about that. It was so weird.
I found something the other day I was telling this to my kids here, my son Keaton and my daughter-in-law Pam, and also my niece and her husband. I was sharing that in my calendar book, there's these little pages, and they've got a little nice positive thing. And this one is from O Winfrey, and it says it says you get in life what you have the courage to ask for. And so sometimes I'll read something like that and I'll be like, is that scriptural? Like, I feel like maybe I could put my head around one or two scriptures that might work with that. And I actually went over to Chat AI and I just said, is this scriptural? Sometimes Chat AI is a pretty decent resource for something like that, a quick check on something. And then if I don't like the answer or the answer is not scripture, I'll usually tell Chat AI, how they're wrong. And then they'll say, I'm sorry, you're right, I was wrong. Yeah, I do. Chat AI sometimes. It says, what I got out of this, just looking at this, you get in life what you have the courage to ask for. I says, what you have the courage to ask Yahuwah for, right? It's not just asking, but who are we asking?
Yeah.
And then it said, these passages encourage believers to approach Yahuwah with their request and to have belief and courage to seek his will. Matthew 7:7-8 says, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks it will be opened. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask Aloha, or Yahuwah, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him. And then Mark 11:24 says, therefore, I think the last one was, I didn't write it down. Mark 11:24, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. So Chat AI went on to say, these passages encourage believers to ask for what they need or desire, but they also emphasize the importance of belief and aligning one's request with you. That I said that. aligning one's request with Yahuwah's will. While the scriptural principle is primarily focused on spiritual matters and seeking Yahuwah's guidance, the principle of having the courage to ask and seek is applicable to our lives. So I thought that was cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, alignment with Yahuwah's will.
Yeah.
You missed,
Yeah.
you missed that part, just that piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go, sisters. That was beautiful.
too.
Darla and so spot on.
Yeah, this is a
Um,
great place to stop, y'all, and we do encourage you. Leviticus 23 gives us Yahuwah's feast. It's a great time to get involved. It's not too late to get involved and keep Yom Kippur. You'll find it in Leviticus 23 towards the end of the chapter. And just align yourself with Yahuwah. Just be with Yahuwah and walk righteously according to what he's asked us to do. And we pray you all have a wonderful Yom Kippur.
Thank you. When do we meet for,
Darla, you
finish-
too.
when Shabbat?
Let us know in chat.
Yeah, Shabbat is tomorrow, of course, on this 23rd. So people should be home resting with Yahuwah, right?
So
Resting
Shabbat
now.
is tomorrow.
Let's go.
Shabbat is tomorrow. Okay, so are we gonna meet for Shabbat study?
Unfortunately, I will be on my way back home. I'm not gonna make it before because my sisters are still gone and I'm with my mother in her recovery from her surgery. So, I will be on my way home, tomorrow, but y'all can meet, and I will meet up with y'all, whenever you guys want to meet. By the way, our little class time, if you guys want to meet, during Yom Kippur, I'm happy to meet with y'all. Just
I'd
let,
love to meet during Yom Kippur. Yeah.
okay, awesome.
Why
awesome.
why don't we meet Yom Kippur and not tomorrow? Because that way you'll be back home.
That will be great.
You
That'll be
won't be
great.
traveling, so we'll
And
meet.
then, of course, we have the issue where Terry's Yom Kippur will start hours before mine, right? And so on and so forth. But we can decide, we'll just decide when to meet, y'all.
Well, you just put it in water cooler, darling, when you want to meet.
All
You
right.
just do it. Okay, my sisters, I love you. Love you guys.
Love you too. That was
Be
incredible, sister.
strengthened. Be
And what did
strengthened.
I miss? When are we gathering? I missed.